The moment T.I. opened his mouth on that live stream, the entire hip-hop world stopped. Not paused, not slowed down. Stopped. One sentence, just one, blew up the internet in real time. T.I. leaned back in his chair, looked dead into the camera with that smug, "I know what I'm about to say is going to start a war" face, and said, "Kendrick Lamar is the most successful revolutionary alive, and y'all can't name nobody touching him." Bro, instant chaos. Comments flooded the screen so fast the live stream started glitching. Fans were spamming, "Fire, fire, fire, facts. What are you saying? Revolutionary over WHO?" T.I. lost his mind. "Nah, this is disrespectful." Then it got worse. T.I. doubled down. He added, "If we being real, Kendrick done more for the culture than half the so-called movement leaders y'all praise." Chat exploded. People were arguing about Kendrick's legacy, calling T.I. delusional, calling him bold, calling him washed, calling him a truth teller. Some were ready to fight through the phone. Some agreed. Some logged in just to start drama. Meanwhile, Kendrick, silent, watching, knowing exactly what this would spark. Because T.I.'s comment wasn't just a compliment, it was a direct shot at rappers, activists, and fans. And the shockwave that followed, only the beginning. To understand why T.I.'s comment about Kendrick Lamar being the most successful revolutionary alive sent the entire hip-hop world into meltdown, you have to go way back into the tangled history of these artists, their careers, their reputations, their insecurities, and the emotional wounds that never fully healed. Because T.I. didn't just wake up and decide to crown Kendrick with that title. This moment was years in the making, built on admiration, guilt, rivalry, trauma, industry politics, and a quiet tension nobody talks about publicly. Let's rewind. T.I. sees himself as one of the pioneers of conscious street rap. The man who fathered trap, survived federal cases, turned his life around, and used his platform to speak on prison reform and social issues. In his mind, he has always been a revolutionary. But somewhere along the road, the world stopped calling him that. New generations didn't see him as the movement leader he once was. His voice faded into nostalgia instead of influence. And if there's one thing that haunts OG rappers, it's the fear of being replaced. Then Kendrick Lamar came along, the poetic, political, spiritual prodigy who spoke with the weight of a prophet and the pain of a survivor. Every album Kendrick released hit harder culturally than the last. Section 80 was a warning shot. Good Kid, M.A.A.D. City was a cinematic revolution. To Pimp a Butterfly became the soundtrack of a generation's awakening. Damn. Earned a Pulitzer. The world didn't just listen to Kendrick, they followed him. Politicians quoted him. Protesters chanted his lyrics. Schools taught his verses. Entire communities shifted because of his art. T.I. watched that happen in real time. And part of him felt proud, like hip-hop had evolved exactly the way he hoped it would. But another part of him felt overshadowed. Forgot, like the younger artists were getting the revolutionary credit he felt he laid the foundation for. But here's where things get messy. Behind the scenes, Kendrick and T.I. had a complicated relationship, one that fans never saw. Before Kendrick blew up, T.I. wanted to sign him. Yes, that's one of the industry's best-kept secrets. T.I. saw Kendrick performing at a showcase in L.A. and told his team, "This kid, he different. He got something." But Kendrick didn't sign with Grand Hustle. He went with TDE instead. And that decision changed everything. T.I. never admitted it publicly, but insiders say he felt low-key rejected, like Kendrick didn't see him as the mentor he wanted to be. That stung, and believe it or not, that little wound festered for years. Meanwhile, T.I. kept dealing with his own controversies, legal issues, scandals, reputation damage, losing cultural influence, while Kendrick became the chosen one, the voice of Black America, the new revolution leader, the artist everyone looked to in times of crisis. And T.I., he was stuck fighting the internet just to keep his name respected. But the emotional twist is this: T.I. was never jealous of Kendrick. He was jealous of how easily Kendrick carried a title that T.I. struggled to earn his entire career. Because T.I. fought for change loudly. Kendrick did it quietly. T.I. marched. Kendrick inspired the marchers. T.I. argued with systems. Kendrick exposed the systems through art. T.I. felt like he was drowning in noise while Kendrick floated above it like a peaceful philosopher. Still, T.I. admired him. Deeply, privately. There were nights T.I. listened to Kendrick's albums alone, wondering how someone younger than him could speak with a wisdom he spent years trying to find. There were conversations between them, private, emotional, unrecorded, where T.I. confessed he saw Kendrick not as a successor, but as someone who understood pain and transformation the same way he did. But admiration is complicated, especially when fans are involved, because fans can be vicious. Fans can turn respect into rivalry. Fans can twist any compliment into an attack on someone else, and that's exactly what happened. When T.I. crowned Kendrick the most successful revolutionary alive, it wasn't an insult to anybody. It wasn't shade. It wasn't even meant to go viral. It was a moment of honesty from a man who finally accepted that the revolution had evolved and Kendrick was now its face. But hip-hop fans don't like new kings. They don't like hearing their favorites replaced. They don't like seeing OGs bowing down to younger legends. And to make things even more dramatic, there's another layer. Some people believe Kendrick isn't vocal enough to be called a revolutionary. They think he disappears too much. They think he's selective with activism. They think he benefits from the movement without visibly fighting for it. So when T.I. said that, it cut deep. Because he wasn't just praising Kendrick. He was challenging everyone else, rappers, activists, fans, to confront the uncomfortable truth. Kendrick Lamar might actually be the most influential voice of his generation, and everybody else might be playing catch-up. That idea, infuriating for many. And now the backlash, about to get ugly. Because someone very unexpected heard T.I.'s comments, and they're ready to fire back. And what they say will change everything. The fallout didn't begin gently. It didn't creep in overnight. It erupted the second T.I.'s clip hit the internet. The livestream wasn't even finished buffering before blogs, ex-Twitter threads, Instagram reels, and TikTok edits began slicing his quote into 1,000 fiery arguments. But the real explosion happened because of how T.I. said it, chest out, voice steady, no hesitation. Kendrick Lamar is the most successful revolutionary alive. To some people, that was truth. To others, that was blasphemy. To many, it was a straight-up call-out of every other artist, activist, and cultural voice. But here's where the conflict really began. Within minutes, 3 different groups emerged online. Group 1, the Kendrick protectors. These fans worshipped Kendrick like he was Moses parting the cultural seas. They spammed timelines with, T said what needed to be said. Kendrick been revolutionary, y'all late. He saved hip-hop, period. Pulitzer prize, end of debate. To them, Kendrick was the definition of movement. His albums were scriptures, his verses were sermons, and T.I. He was finally telling the truth nobody else had the guts to say out loud. Group 2, the angry activists and critics. These fans were livid. Uncontrollably, passionately furious. They didn't see Kendrick as inactive, but they saw the statement as disrespectful to people who literally risk their lives for change. Oh, so a rapper who drops albums every 5 years is a revolutionary now. T disrespecting real activists. Revolutionary where? He makes music and vanishes. This is insulting. And their anger wasn't casual, it was personal. Group 3, the rap fans who took it as a diss to their faves because in hip-hop, praising somebody is automatically seen as disrespecting somebody else. Fans of Cole, Drake, Ye, Future, Jay-Z, Nas, even Tupac stans from older generations jumped in with knives sharpened. Kendrick revolutionary? J. Cole been on the ground. You putting him above Jay-Z? T just erased Tupac with one sentence. Drake's cultural impact, Kendrick disappearing for years. Suddenly T.I.'s compliment had morphed into a genre-wide civil war. But the drama didn't peak until a certain someone reacted. A voice Kendrick did not expect. A voice that changed everything. The moment the drama turned personal, it happened an hour after T.I.'s clip went viral. Kendrick was sitting in his studio, scrolling quietly through the chaos, processing how a single sentence about him had turned the internet into a battleground. Baby Keem was texting him nonstop. You see this. Skull T got the timeline on fire. They dragging you and not dragging you at the same time, Elmau. Should we say something? But Kendrick, silent. He never rushes to the internet. He lets storms pass. Except this storm was different. Because suddenly, one notification flashed on his screen that made his stomach drop. It was from someone Kendrick hadn't spoken to publicly in years. A person who practically invented the revolutionary rapper title. A person fans constantly compare him to. A person who absolutely did not appreciate being erased. It was J. Cole. And Cole didn't post a calm essay. He didn't speak in metaphors. He didn't hint anything. He went live. And the first thing he said, T.I. didn't have to disrespect the rest of us. The internet froze. Cole wasn't angry, he was disappointed, which somehow felt worse. He continued, I love Kendrick. That's my brother. But most successful revolutionary alive? That's a big title, a dangerous title. And low-key, it overshadows the work others put in. People immediately started slicing every sentence into TikTok edits. Cole, calm but offended. Fans, panicking. Kendrick, watching quietly. But Cole didn't stop. He added, let's not pretend like activism is a competition. And then the line that punched the entire fan base in the chest. T's heart was in the right place, but he put Kendrick in a position he didn't ask for. Bro, the internet exploded. Kendrick vs Cole Part 1? Is this beef? Cole sounds hurt. Kendrick about to reply in a 6-minute poem. But this wasn't even the twist, because while Cole was talking, T.I. joined the live. Yes, T.I. actually clicked join stream. Cole paused, T.I. smirked. Fans started screaming in the comments like this was WWE. And T.I. said, I ain't disrespect nobody. I just said what I see. Kendrick moved culture in a way ain't nobody else doing. Cole replied with, and I respect that, but calling him the most successful revolutionary alive puts a target on his back. T.I. nodded slowly. That's the point. The comments went nuclear. Kendrick did not ask for THISSSS. T trying to start a war. Cole and T BFING? But the conversation took a dark turn when Cole said, you're making it sound like he's replacing people who gave their lives to the movement. And T.I. clapped back. Kendrick been replacing the old system, he the future. Cole leaned back, and who gave you the authority to announce that? Silence, tension so thick you could slice it. And then T.I. dropped the first shocking twist, the one that rewrote everything. Because Kendrick ain't just a rapper in this, he's been moving behind the scenes way more than y'all know. The chat exploded. Firecracker, what does that mean? Kendrick has been doing what? Behind the SCENES where? T just exposed something? Cole froze. Even he didn't know what T.I. meant. T.I. continued. There's things happening y'all ain't ready for. People Kendrick met with, people Kendrick challenged, people Kendrick made uncomfortable. The man is changing the system, not just music. Cole looked shaken. Fans looked terrified. Kendrick, watching the live silently from his studio, whispered, bro, why would he say that? Because T.I. hadn't just hyped Kendrick. He had accidentally exposed something Kendrick wanted hidden. A secret movement. A private meeting. A political risk Kendrick took years ago. Something that, if it leaked, could turn his entire career upside down. And Cole knew it. He ended the live abruptly, leaving T.I. staring at a blank screen. The internet immediately exploded with the same question. What did Kendrick do behind the scenes? But before anyone could piece it together, an anonymous account posted something chilling. Ask T.I. why he's really calling Kendrick a revolutionary. And that is when everything spiraled into something deeper than music. Something dangerous. Something Kendrick hoped would never surface again. This was only the first twist. The next would shake hip-hop to its core. The second J. Cole abruptly ended that livestream, the entire internet went silent for a moment, not peaceful silence, but the kind of tense, choking stillness right before thunder splits the sky. People weren't done arguing. They weren't done dragging T.I., they weren't done debating Kendrick's revolutionary status. But now, everyone sensed something deeper, darker, more explosive was sitting right under the surface. Because Cole didn't end the live stream casually. He ended it like he realized something dangerous had been revealed. Something Kendrick never wanted the world to hear. Something T.I. had just hinted at without understanding the consequences. And that's when the real escalation began. The anonymous account returns. Remember the anonymous page that hinted T.I. was hiding something? Yeah. They came back, louder, clearer, and with a message that sent the entire hip-hop world into DEFCON 5. The account posted, "T.I. didn't tell the whole truth. Kendrick's revolution wasn't just artistic, it involved real people, real meetings, real risk. Ask him about 2018. The internet detonated. 2018. What happened in 2018? Was this about the Grammy boycott, political activism, a private meeting, a government file? People started posting wild theories. Kendrick met with politicians. Did he expose something? Was Kendrick in danger? Why didn't we know? What is T.I. covering for?" Hip-hop fans were having panic attacks. Political Twitter joined the conversation. Conspiracy theorists started connecting photographs and timelines like they were solving national espionage. And Kendrick, still silent, which only made everything worse. Insiders start talking it started small, a leaked DM from a well-known engineer. "Kendrick been working with people outside music for years. T.I. ain't lying." Then another message from a former label intern. "There was a meeting in 2018. I wasn't there, but everyone in the building talked about it." Then a huge leak from someone claiming to be a retired activist. Kendrick was involved in something that scared a lot of powerful people. Fans were confused. Was Kendrick part of a political operation, a protest organization, a private negotiation, a campaign, a movement that went deeper than music? Every new hint pushed the internet into more chaos. But the fire reached its peak when a journalist, one who had historically been anti-hip-hop, tweeted, "I always knew that day would come back to haunt him." Bro, what day? What happened? Comment sections turned into detective boards. 2018, who did Kendrick meet in 2018? Why are insiders so nervous to say it? Did the government pressure him? Did Kendrick expose something illegal? Something huge was clearly being hidden, and T.I. had accidentally ripped off the lid. T.I. breaks down on live suddenly. T.I. went live again, but this time he wasn't confident. He wasn't smirking. He wasn't talking with that OG authority. He looked shaken, pausing, breathing hard, scrolling through comments like he was deciding what to say. Then he sighed and said, "Y'all wasn't supposed to go this deep. I just meant Kendrick changed the culture. I didn't want to bring up that situation." Chat went crazy. WHAT situation? T, you opened this door. Don't back out now. What did he do in 2018? T.I. rubbed his forehead. "This ain't my business to expose. Kendrick handled something that could have gone very bad for our people. He ain't want credit. He ain't want publicity. He did it quietly, for the culture." People lost their minds, so Kendrick was involved in something big. T.I. tried to calm it down. This wasn't no illegal mess. It was dangerous, yes, but it was righteous. Then the final statement, "But if the wrong folks talk, this could put Kendrick in a tough spot." And that line, "the wrong folks," triggered the next twist. A surprise enemy enters the chat while T.I. was trying to walk his statement back. A new public figure joined the conversation, a politician. A very well-known one who had clashed publicly with hip-hop before, one who had a history of calling rappers threats. He tweeted, "Interesting to see Kendrick Lamar being labeled a revolutionary. Some people forget what really happened behind closed doors." Bro, what did he mean by that? The internet exploded. Why is a politician involved? What does he know? Why is he subtweeting Kendrick? Suddenly, this wasn't just music drama. This wasn't artist beef. This was political, government level, and the anonymous account immediately capitalized on it. They posted again. You see how quickly they react. You see how scared they are that the truth will resurface. This goes beyond T.I.'s comment. This is what Kendrick tried to bury. Screenshots flew, tweets went viral. People who never listened to hip-hop were now invested. The escalation no one saw coming. Just when fans were spiraling into hysteria, someone leaked a photo. A grainy picture from 2018. Kendrick Lamar, T.I. in the background, a politician, two organizers, and a folder on a table labeled, "Confidential Cultural Intervention Project." The internet had a meltdown. What was being intervened? Who was threatened? What did Kendrick sign or say? Why was this hidden for years? People were screaming, "We need the full story." What did Kendrick risk his career for? T knows too much. This is getting dangerous. The hashtag #Kendrick Files started trending, memes mixed with fear. Political pundits jumped in, arguing Kendrick could face backlash. And through all this, Kendrick still said nothing. His silence made him look guilty to some, heroic to others, suspicious to many, terrifyingly powerful to the rest. Even Keem reportedly called him and asked, "Unc, what exactly did you do in 2018? Because people are acting like you brought down the government." And Kendrick whispered, "I didn't bring down anything. I stopped something." Stopped what? What was going to happen? Who planned it? Who benefited if Kendrick hadn't intervened? And then the anonymous account posted the final message of the night. "If Kendrick won't say it, I will." End of post. No explanation. No follow-up, just a threat. A very real, very dangerous one, because now, someone was planning to drop the full truth. And Kendrick Lamar had less than 24 hours to stop it. The moment that blurry 2018 photo leaked Kendrick sitting at a table marked Confidential Cultural Intervention Project, the entire internet lost its collective mind. Not slowly, not gradually, instantly. It felt like the digital world had been set on fire and everyone was running in different directions screaming. This wasn't just rap drama anymore. This was T.I. said something wild. This wasn't a fan war. It had spilled into politics, activism, legal speculation, conspiracies, and full-blown national discourse. People weren't arguing about Kendrick's music anymore. They were arguing about his role in history. The internet turns into AWARZONE, the main platforms went insane. Twitter x pure chaos. New hashtags exploded. Kendrick intervention # the 2018 meeting cultural files. What did Kendrick stop? T.I. started this. Some people were ride or die defending Kendrick. Kendrick been fighting the system quietly. T just exposed a hero. They mad because Kendrick helped the culture without needing cameras. Y'all want activists to be loud until it's inconvenient. But others weren't buying it. So Kendrick interfering in politics? That's dangerous. I don't trust celebrities working in shadows. T is reckless. He put Kendrick in danger. And then the conspiracy people came. Kendrick prevented a riot. Kendrick negotiated with the government. Kendrick exposed a plan before it happened. Kendrick saved someone important. Kendrick sabotaged someone powerful. Nobody knew the truth, but everybody had a theory. YOUTUBE goes into investigation mode. Commentary channels were foaming at the mouth. Mega channels dropped emergency live streams titled KENDRICK, LAMAR, and the secret meeting exposed. Why is the government involved? TOPNS Pandora's box, and KENDRICK is the result. The Cultural Intervention Project, what actually happened? Some creators started breaking down frame-by-frame analysis of the leaked photo. Look at the body language. That folder is government style. Those are activists from a known grassroots coalition. T.I. was at the door. WHY? Who is the man sitting next to Kendrick? He looks like a political strategist. Everyone pretended to be Sherlock Holmes. Everyone wanted to be the one who cracked the secret. News outlets get involved. CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, and BBC all did segments with titles like, "Did Kendrick Lamar influence a political decision?" "Should artists stay out of confidential activist meetings?" Was Kendrick Lamar advising leaders behind closed doors? However, the way each outlet framed it was crazy different. Conservative media painted Kendrick as a potential manipulator. Liberal media suggested he might have protected communities. Music media praised him as a hidden architect of cultural progress. Political analysts just looked confused. But one thing was clear. Nobody knew what that 2018 meeting was about, but everyone believed it mattered. Other celebrities react. This is where everything exploded even more. J. Cole posted a cryptic message. Some truths aren't meant to be entertainment. Fans went feral. Drake liked a post saying, "Kendrick Lamar interfering in politics is wild." That single like got 9 million views. Kanye West tweeted, "Revolutionary, we'll see." Kanye joining the chaos? That's when you know the situation is a disaster. Jay-Z said nothing, which somehow made people more suspicious. SZA commented on a live stream, "Y'all dragging somebody who doesn't even want the spotlight. This is why real leaders go quiet." A political figure allegedly involved in the 2018 meeting released a statement. "There are misconceptions circulating. Mr. Lamar was not acting alone." Bro, what does that mean? Who else was acting with Kendrick? Why is everyone hinting but never confirming? Kendrick's family, SDARTS, feeling the heat. This is where the emotional impact hit hard. People began camping outside Kendrick's relatives' houses. Paparazzi chased his wife. A reporter shoved a mic into baby Keem's face at a gas station asking, "Do you feel unsafe now that the 2018 truth is resurfacing?" Keem drove off without saying a word. Kendrick's team issued a simple, stern request: respect the privacy of the Lamar family. Which, of course, made people more suspicious. TIGTSDRAGGDTI became the internet's punching bag. You just exposed Kendrick's secrets for content. You started a riot and now you scared? You the reason Kendrick trending for something he never wanted public. T.I. tried to defend himself. "I didn't expose nothing. I just called a man what he is, revolutionary." But commenters weren't convinced. Some even argued T.I. did it on purpose. He jealous. He wants attention. He trying to attach himself to Kendrick's legacy. The backlash was brutal. The dark part, Kendrick feels the pressure while the internet argued. Kendrick sat alone in his studio with the lights off. He stared at his phone. Thousands of messages, hundreds of missed calls, millions of opinions. He wasn't scared of losing fans. He wasn't scared of controversy. He was scared of one thing, that the truth about 2018 might put people in danger. He whispered to himself, "It wasn't supposed to come out like this." His wife softly asked, "Baby, what happens if they leak everything?" Kendrick didn't answer, because the truth, even he didn't know how bad this could get. Then the final blow of fallout drops just as the world reached maximum chaos. The anonymous account posted again. No caption, no explanation, just a single file name, 2018 recording full. MP4, the internet screamed. The recording, THERES, a recording of the meeting. People panicked. "Drop it now. We need evidence." What is Kendrick hiding? Is this career ending? And then the message, 24 hours, get ready. The countdown began, and Kendrick Lamar had never been more afraid. The countdown hit the 12-hour mark when the tension finally snapped inside Kendrick's world. He had been pacing the studio all night, phone buzzing nonstop. Journalists, politicians, activists, family, industry insiders, even old friends he hadn't spoken to in years. Everyone wanted answers. Everyone was terrified. Everyone wanted to know what was on the 2018 recording full MP4 file. But Kendrick, he was quiet, too quiet. His silence wasn't fear. It wasn't guilt. It was calculation. Because Kendrick knew something the world didn't. The recording wasn't just him talking. It wasn't just him advising politicians or intervening in some cultural crisis. There were other people in that room. People with reputations, careers, and entire political futures at risk. And if their names leaked, it wouldn't just ruin Kendrick. It could destabilize a movement. At 3:14 a.m., Keem returned to the studio, exhausted, anxious, voice cracking. "Unc, you need to tell me what's on that file. For real." Kendrick didn't look at him. He just stared at the dim lights reflecting off the soundboard. Keem stepped closer. "You said you stopped something. You said it could have gone bad. But what does that mean?" Kendrick finally exhaled. It was supposed to be private, off the record. A room full of people trying to prevent the wrong person from taking advantage of the culture. Keem squinted. "Which person?" Kendrick hesitated, and that hesitation said everything. Keem's eyes widened. "Unc, you didn't mean no. Don't tell me the recording names." Kendrick cut him off sharply. "Stop talking." They both froze, because at that exact moment, someone knocked on the studio door. Not a soft knock. A firm, deliberate one. Keem tensed. "That better be Top," he whispered. Kendrick opened the door. It was Top Dog. It wasn't a friend. It wasn't even someone from Kendrick's team. It was a man in a suit holding an envelope, a government seal. Kendrick's heart sank. The man handed the envelope over. "No cameras, no statements, no tweets," he said calmly. "We're aware of the countdown. For your sake and ours, do not engage." "For your sake?" Kendrick repeated. The man leaned in. "There are people in that 2018 recording who absolutely cannot be exposed. If this file drops publicly, it won't just be the industry that burns." Keem stepped forward. "What are you saying?" The man stared at Kendrick. "I'm saying protect yourself. Because if this gets out, Kendrick, you're not the only one on the hook. And there are people much more powerful who will not hesitate to protect themselves." And then he left. No explanation, no defense. Just a warning wrapped in a threat. Kendrick closed the door slowly. Keem whispered, "Unc, what did you do in that room?" Kendrick sat down, hands shaking. "I didn't do anything wrong," he whispered. "But I was in the wrong room with the wrong people when the wrong conversation happened." Keem covered his mouth. "That recording, is it politicians, organizers, someone famous, someone dangerous?" Kendrick didn't answer, which meant yes. The countdown hits 3 hours, the anonymous account posted again. "This isn't about harming Kendrick. This is about the truth." Millions flooded the comments. "Drop it now. Kendrick is finished. What's in the recording? T.I. started an apocalypse. If this is real, we need answers." Celebrities jumped back in. J. Cole, Kendrick privately, "Please tell me the recording isn't what I think it is." Drake tweeted and deleted, "Move quietly. They watching." T.I. went live again. "I didn't know about no recording. I was talking about music." Too late. The world wasn't listening. The last 60 seconds, millions of people were watching the countdown stream. News outlets had split screens analyzing every second. Twitter spaces were packed. YouTubers were screaming theories. Fans were praying, fighting, refreshing nonstop. Kendrick sat alone in his studio, head bowed. Keem stood behind him, pacing. The countdown hit. 10-9-8-7, Keem closed his eyes. 6-5-4, Kendrick whispered, "Whatever happens, happens." 3-2-1, the screen glitched. Then a message appeared. "File corrupted. UPLOADER disabled. File corrupted. UPLOADER disabled. Do not seek the footage, for your safety." The internet screamed. The account vanished. The recording never appeared. People panicked. "What do you mean for our safety? Who stopped it? Why is this sounding like a cover UP? Kendrick, what did you get involved in? And above all, who shut the upload down?" Kendrick stared at the blank screen. Keem whispered, "Unc, someone protected you." Kendrick swallowed hard. "No," he said quietly, "they protected themselves." And the screen faded to black. If you're still watching right now, if your heart is beating a little too fast, if your mind is spinning from everything that just unfolded, then trust me, you're not the only one. Because what we just witnessed isn't normal celebrity drama. It's not rapper beef. It's not Twitter arguments or fan wars. No, this is something bigger, something deeper, something that none of us were supposed to see. A hidden meeting from 2018, suddenly resurfacing. A confidential recording that almost leaked to millions. A government warning delivered directly to Kendrick Lamar. An anonymous account threatening to expose the truth. Powerful people stepping in at the last second to shut the upload down. This isn't just messy, this is dangerous. So before you click away, ask yourself, fire, what was Kendrick really doing in that room? Fire, who else was in that 2018 meeting? And why are they terrified of being exposed? Fire, who shut down the leak at 100% upload? Fire, why is Kendrick being protected and threatened at the same time? Fire, and why did T.I.'s simple comment unleash all of this? I promise you, we are not even close to the full story. The people involved, the secrets hidden, the power behind that meeting, all of it is about to surface, but only if you stay tapped in. So do this right now. Backhand index pointing right hit, like so more people see what's really going on. Backhand index pointing right subscribe, because part 2 is going to expose names nobody expects. Backhand index pointing right turn on notifications. I drop updates the second new info breaks. Backhand index pointing right comment below. Do you think Kendrick was protecting the culture? Or protecting something darker? This story is far from over, and the next chapter is going to shake the entire industry. Stay tuned.